Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Midweek Exhale from the Exhale Awakening. I am Sharyn with a Y, and I am one half of the team, and Marie, who's there on my screen, is the other half of the team. And today, um, we're gonna we've opened the space to allow you some rest. You know that feeling you get where you've really got to slog to the middle of the week just to get through. Well, that's what this space is. It's a little bit of respite from that. So we talk about giving you the option to rest, to restore, and then to revive. So that's what we're inviting you to today. And to be fair, even if your week's not been that bad and you're bouncing into the end of Wednesday, then you're still welcome on that basis to take a little rest. So for those of you who haven't been here before or who are listening to it on the recording for the first time, we introduce 4 breath styles during these midweek exhales, and we pepper them liberally with silence and birdsong. So we have a little routine to the sequence that we do, where we have some birdsong. Sorry, we have some silence, we have some birdsong, and during the birdsong we introduce the breath, and then we kind of allow you to experiment with that breath style and see how it feels in your body, see what kind of feelings, sensations come up for you. And then we do it all again. Silence, then birdsong, and then a new breath. And we do this with 4 different breaths. And our breaths this evening is breath awareness. So I'm going to invite you just to quieten and see what arises when we are quiet. Then we're going to do the breath of joy. And Marie's going to invite you to be smiling on the inside, from the inside out. Then I'm going to lead you in some extended exhales. Extended exhales are great just to kind of let our system know that we're safe and well. And then we're going to finish, Marie will finish with some coherence or harmonic breath, just to bring some balance to the end of the session. So that's what today looks like. Of course, you can completely ignore what we do and be in your own relationship with your breath, and we welcome that. Um, we've started introducing the breaths at the beginning of these sessions for those people who disappear off and then they come back in and they're not quite sure where they are. So we're hoping we've anchored those in for you. Okay, so without any further ado, I'm going to invite you to get comfortable. You can be seated or you can lie down. There are no contraindications as such in the breathworks that we're going to do with you today, but I would just invite you to be aware. I would invite you to be in tune with your body, and if something doesn't feel so good to you, don't do it. We don't we don't give out prizes. We don't give out prizes anyway. It'd be nice if we could, but we don't give out prizes for perfection. We give out prizes for noticing and responding to your comfort, because that's what we want most out of this, for you to be super comfortable. So with all of that said, I'm going to start the music. And for this segment, we don't have the music as such. We have the music of nature. We have the rolling waters of a stream, or perhaps even waterfall, whatever it feels like to you. And we have nature's birdsong. And as you listen, just allow yourself to drop into your body. And what I mean by that is just be aware. Be aware of your body. Be aware of the sensations that you can feel in your body. Perhaps there might be part of your body that's calling out for more comfort. So just move gently and find that space where you can be as comfortable as your body will allow. Maybe notice if there's some little aches or pains or tension that you're holding in your body from the day. And just bring some gentle movement to those places. Usually for me, it's in my neck and shoulders, so just a gentle, we're not exercising here, just a gentle movement. And you normally find that with that gentle movement comes a little bit of release. And as you're really settling in, just begin to notice then your breath. Maybe you might notice how you're bringing the breath into your body, so through your nose or through your mouth, or a mix of the two. Maybe you might notice how fast your breath is or how slow. Maybe you might place your hand on your belly and see how deep your breath is going. And just from this place of noticing, just rest for a while by the stream. Maybe go somewhere in your imagination. Perhaps you can feel the warmth, perhaps a gentle breeze. And stay there for a while. And if you find your mind wandering a little, that's okay, just let it. Let the mind wander. Maybe engage with it a little and ask the mind, where does it want to take you? What would it like you to know, to hear? And just listen for a while. We've got 1 more minute before we move into 2 minutes of silence. So just notice and be aware of where you are right now, meeting yourself where you are right now. No need for change. Just let yourself know that it's all okay.
And as the birdsong brings the silence to an end, just taking a moment to reflect on the silence. Maybe it felt like it was never going to end. And maybe it felt like it was over much too fast. And whichever it was, absolutely perfect. And our second breath style this evening is the breath of joy. And some of you may have done the breath of joy before, standing up and bringing your arms to chest level, out to the side, over your head and flopping down. And we're not going to do it like that this evening. We're going to do a much gentler breath of joy. And we're going to begin by breathing into our belly. And if you want, if it makes it easier, putting your hands on your belly and then on your chest and then on your shoulders and feeling the breath fill your body. And at the beginning, as you do that, just bringing a smile. Now that smile may be inside, it may make it to your lips, it may feel forced, but that's okay. Just play with what that smile feels like. And then when we're a little way in, I'm going to suggest arm movements that you can do, but please feel free to do absolutely no arm movements if you're more comfortable not. But to begin with, just bringing the breath into the belly. And I always find it easier to put my hand there at the beginning, just to remind me. And then bringing the breath into your chest, put your hand there, and then all the way up to your shoulders. Maybe doing that just a few times, just to get into it. And as you exhale, exhaling slowly and softly. And you can exhale through your nose or your mouth, whichever feels most comfortable. Just being aware of the breath as it goes to each part of your body. It doesn't have to fill each part of your body. It can, but it doesn't have to. And bringing the hands with it. And maybe when you have some sort of a rhythm, bringing that smile. Bringing that smile inside. And maybe allowing it to gently come to your mouth. And noticing if that feels awkward or fake or and even you don't feel much like smiling this evening, just playing with that smile. As the breath flows, belly, chest and shoulders. And maybe noticing, does the smile begin to feel different or not? And can you feel that smile anywhere else in your body? Or is your body changing in reaction to the smile? And if you feel like introducing movement, and please feel free to just stay with the smile, breathing into your belly, your chest and your shoulders, if that feels good. But if you do want to introduce some movement, As you breathe into your belly, lifting your hands out in front. As you breathe into your chest, opening your chest, arms out to the side. And as you breathe into your shoulders, lifting those arms up. And then as you exhale very gently, floating them back down. And maybe you only want to do that once or twice. Maybe it feels like too much effort, and that's absolutely fine. All the time, keeping the smile, all the time, feeling that smile. Keeping the breath gentle, not forcing or not pushing. And if at any stage it doesn't feel good, just go back to your ordinary, natural breath pattern. Keeping the breath slow and gentle. And we're in the last minute, so maybe focusing on that smile for the last minute. Focusing on the smile. Maybe feel the smile move through your body, whatever that means for you. And as the music fades away and you go into the silence, you can take the smile with you, or you can just leave it here.
And as the birdsong brings our contemplation to a gentle close, brings us back into presence, back into the room, just reflecting on how that silence felt and how the smile felt as it moved through our body in that earlier breathwork. For our next practice, it's going to keep it really simple, just an extended exhale. So what does that mean? Very simply, just make your exhale a little longer than your inhale. And maybe practice throughout the next track, just making that exhale a little bit longer periodically, but don't push. We're not looking for you to be striving to get a long exhale. Stay comfortable at all times. And you can breathe through your nose or through your mouth. If you can, through the nose is better for you. You might want to try maybe exhaling through a straw mouth or pursed lips, just to make it even slower, even longer. And if you want to, you can connect the inhale to the exhale. But you can also just let them pause, let them hold at the top and hold at the bottom, and just like on the precipice of a cliff, just waiting to come off, dangling. Keep your inhale gentle. So don't push your exhale until you're gasping for breath. Just let it all be smooth and all be gentle. And just notice if you're pushing and feeling any discomfort, and just step back a little. Depending where you're feeling the push, just shorten or lengthen the inhale, and shorten or lengthen the exhale. Make comfort your goal. Gentle breath movement. maybe bring your smile into this practice too. Maybe smiling on the inhale. And then just gently letting the breath out of pursed lips on the exhale. We have one more minute until we move into silence once again. Just do one last moment of reflection to find your points of comfort. Let the next exhale be your resting place.
And as the birdsong brings the silence to a close, reflecting on that silence and maybe how it was different to the other silences and how it was exactly the same. And for our final breath style this evening, we're going to do coherence breathing, or balanced breathing, or harmonic breathing. Many different names for it. But what we're going to do is we're going to bring our breaths into balance. And sometimes when people hear coherence breathing, they think count for 5 as you breathe in and count for 5 as you breathe out. But and count for 3 as you breathe in, count for 3 as you breathe out, or count for 2 as you breathe in, and count for 2 as you breathe out. Just try and keep your inhale and exhale the same length. And know also that wherever you start, if you start with 2 in and 2 out, you can change that anytime that it feels good to change it. Or if you start 4 in, 4 out, you can change it. And as you're breathing, you can use your fingers to count, touching each finger for counts 1, 2, 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever way, whatever count you're using. You can also count in your head. And I always start using one of those. But you can also just let your body do the counting and you just do the breathing. So maybe when we're a little ways through and you've found a rhythm that you're comfortable with, let go of the control and let your body do the counting for you. For now, just begin breathing gently and softly in and out. And you can breathe through your nose or your mouth. Breathing through your nose is better for the breath because it goes through the nose, but equally, if that's not possible this evening, that's okay. Finding the count that's right for you just now. And as you inhale, if it feels good, just allowing the inhale to become the exhale without the pause. And the same with the exhale. Maybe noticing, have you brought the smile with you into this one? And noticing, are you forcing or are you trying to make it something that doesn't feel comfortable? And if you are, just gently stepping back a little bit. Maybe if some tension has crept in that attempt to keep the breath the same, just letting the tension go. Allowing the breath to flow softly. We're in the last minute, so if you've let the count go, just feeling into that balanced breath as you breathe in and breathe out. And as the music fades, just getting ready for our last time of silence this evening. And as the birdsong once again brings the silence to a close, again noticing how that silence felt. I'm not feeling the need to judge, just noticing. And now bring your attention back into your body and noticing how it feels as you lie or sit. And maybe bringing some gentle movement in. Your fingers and toes, or your shoulders. Maybe you want to stretch or yawn. And if your eyes are closed, maybe gently blink them open and look round the room. Look at what has changed since we began. The light is different now than it was when you started. And notice familiar things. And maybe if it feels good tap on your chest and your collarbone. Maybe up your neck. Tapping very gently, not softly. Bringing yourself back nice and slowly. Maybe up to your head, around your face. And if you are lying, maybe thinking about turning over onto your side and taking a few breaths there. And gently beginning to think about coming back to the Zoom room. Or staying exactly where you are. Whatever feels right for you. And as you come back, and before we put off the recording, I'm just going to draw attention to people on the recording, but also to people in the Zoom room, to some of the things we have coming up. And if you're watching the recording, I think they're going to be down there. And if you're in the Zoom room, they're in the chat. Sharyn very kindly put them in the chat. We have a new breathwork that we're introducing on the 4th Friday of September. It's a 2-hour, it's going to be a 2-hour monthly conscious connected breathwork with our usual mix of silence and birdsong. And yeah, it's going to be very much like us. And the details are in the chat. There's 2 different ways of joining. You can join our Exhale community, or you can just buy a ticket for that breathwork. We have our monthly workshop, the Deeper Exhale, and it's the 2nd Saturday. And this next one is we're going to breathe with the apple tree, the abundance of the apple tree in the autumn. And again, the ways of joining that, and there are 2 ways, are in the chat. And then there's a link to our Exhale community. There's 4 tiers, and if you click the link, you can have a look. And also Sharyn is starting her tea and business group coaching, which is called My Q, and she has a free introduction on Friday at 7. And there's a link for that. And there's a link for our events page. And the final link is the link to our directory entry for anyone who enjoyed it and is kind enough to leave us a review, because we do like a review. Okay, that was a lot of talking. So that's me finished. So we're going to turn off the recording now, and hopefully for people watching the recording, hopefully we'll see you at another Midweek Exhale. I'm going to put off the recording.